Roulette is talking about living with two train wrecks. So please welcome. I didn't know quite how to intro this, but you can further explain. Allyson Whipple.
Today at about noon, I'm like, oh God, it's Father's Day. I've forgotten Father's Day. I'm the worst daughter ever. So I called my dad. I'm like, Happy Father's Day, and he's like, that's next week, but it's Flag Day.
It is Flag Day.
It is Flag Day, which means it would have been my parents' 40th wedding anniversary had they made it that far. But instead they made it 30 years, and that was like 20 years too long, in my opinion. So I have a couple of poems about that, and specifically related to having to travel and go places and be in tight enclosed spaces with them. Where clouds come from. The adults have finally shouted themselves into silence. Her father's knuckles cracking as he grips the wheel, her mother huffing out sighs. The discussion never really over. The child presses her forehead to the window, focuses on the LTV steel plant which births heaven and hell, one side piping flames into the sky, the other releasing soft white smoke, a family of stratus. This one is called Happiest Place on Earth. In a hotel room, there's nowhere to hide. In a different state, there's nowhere to go. Vacation is worse than home because people are taking pictures and you have to smile. My aunt placed the Mickey Mouse ears on top of her bald head, laughed, asked, were your mom and dad happy there? I looked at her penciled-in eyebrows, wonder if she'd lived long enough to discover the lie, said yes. And this last one is called Niagara Murder. It is about the last family vacation we ever went on. I don't think we took any family pictures on that list trip where he'd sneak away to take calls from his mistress. My mother always claimed ignorance, but the air was tarnished with persistent vitriol as we drove around Canada. If I'd been in her place, would I have considered it? Foam like snow crashing into the river. If she'd pushed him, would he have survived long enough to drown?
Thank you.
Wow.